Today we're going to talk about 7 fun and exciting little known things to do around the North Okanagan in the summertime, and we're starting now. Hi, I'm Lisa Salt with Vernon Salt Fowler, and today we're going to talk about 7 really cool, fun, different things to do around the North Okanagan that we found this summer. At the end of this video, we're also going to give you an opportunity to download our relocation package all about Vernon and the area so that you can learn lots more about Vernon and what it has to offer. But before we do any of that, please make sure to subscribe to this channel if you like what you're seeing. We're posting new videos every single week. Our first stop is a brand new for 2021 Polson Artisan Night Market. This market is held in Polson Park starting at 4 p.m. until 8 on Friday nights, and it consists of all local vendors who either make stuff, build stuff, or grow stuff. It's a much different feel to what you'll experience at, say, the Monday and Thursday farmers market, although some of the vendors are the same. It's just a really nice location to hold a cool little market, although it's really not that little. There's lots to look at, lots to buy or eat, and you can hang out in the shade, on the grass, by the creek, and enjoy the market and the park itself, which is a centerpiece of Vernon. Also new for 2021 is the closure of the 2900 block of 30th Avenue, July through September 7th in the east end of downtown. The road is now closed to through traffic, and picnic tables have been placed for people to lounge around, dine in the middle of the street, or out in front of their favorite restaurant. There's flowers, and it's lit up at night for ambiance. It's really nice. During the day around lunch hour most days of the week, there are street entertainers as well, so it's certainly a fun place to visit. Don't miss out if you're in Vernon before September 7th. Check it out for sure. And yet another new addition to the Vernon streets are these funky little Neuron e-scooters. I've seen similar scooters in other cities, and now they have debuted in Vernon this summer. They're painted with safety orange and come with an unlockable helmet, so you can book your scooter through the app, and they seem pretty reasonably priced, I thought. I haven't actually ridden one quite yet, but they can be spotted pretty much everywhere around Vernon. With their bright orange color, they're pretty easy to find, so check that out as well. Now, although visiting a fruit stand isn't new to the Okanagan or to Vernon, it's certainly something that you'll want to do if you're staying for a while or just passing through. All the latest and greatest local produce is available at any one of the area's fruit stands, so make sure to load up on some of the area's finest. Okay, so when is the last time you were at a drive-in? Maybe when you were a teenager, you snuck in with all your booze and your 10 friends stuffed in the trunk of your dad's 1974 Cadillac. Now, there's very few outdoor drive-ins still in existence across Canada. I guess there's only 36 left in all of Canada and only 3 in BC, and this one in Enderby is one of them. This one is actually relatively new as far as drive-ins go, as it was opened in 1996, and apparently their claim to fame is their 50-foot by 120-foot screen, which is one of the largest in North America. And you can bring pets and motorhomes. They're also welcome at the Starlight DriveIn in Enderby. Now, here's a great little success story. 3 years ago, this lobster food truck, which is located close to the Vernon Library if you want to find it, and that was its lone location. However, now these PEI entrepreneurs have 2 locations. One they opened in Kelowna a year after they started in Vernon, and I believe it's another 2 trailers that travel around as well to different spots in the Okanagan Shuswap. Their lobster is flown in fresh from the Bay of Fundy, and they proudly only use the lobster knuckle and claw meat because apparently the tails are actually too tough to make a great lobster roll, and the lobster knuckles and claws are nice and sweet and tender. Everyone who works serving you at the Lobster Pot is either a maritimer or married to one. People are always lined up to get their lobster fix from these super fun Easterners who always give you a smile and great service, and of course the best lobster roll you'll ever eat, right in the heart of Vernon BC. Now, number 7 on the list, last but not least, if you have a boat or a Sea-Doo, or maybe you've rented one, a fun thing to do is to check out all the interesting boats on the lake. This first one is a cool looking paddle wheeler called the Fintry Queen, and she is a 326 passenger ship and for more than 60 years was part of Kelowna's downtown waterfront, carrying more than 25,000 passengers during the summer months. The Fintry Queen was built in Vancouver in 1948 and then transported to Kelowna, where she became one of 3 car and passenger ferries crossing Okanagan Lake. I love this poster from the 1970s where the Fintry Queen would make weekend runs to Fintry and the cruise dinner and dance was a whole $4.50. In the 80s, there were cruises to Peachland and Penticton, and today she lies at anchor waiting for the next chapter in her life story. Then is a famous little tugboat, the MV Okanagan. This was the first diesel CP rail tugboat launched in 1947, and during her service, the Okanagan pushed railway barges up and down the lake filled with fruit and other cargo and broke ice during the winter for the steamships. These 2 floating pieces of history are moored at Indian Arm in the north end of Okanagan Lake. Now, if you're out and about around dusk, you'll see these boats heading out and you may wonder what the heck they are. These are shrimp boats for freshwater shrimping. In the 60s, the government brought these shrimp to Okanagan Lake with the idea that they would feed the declining population of kokanee. However, as it turned out, the shrimp and the kokanee live at differing depths in the lake, and instead of the shrimp feeding the kokanee, they're now eating all the kokanee's food, and the shrimp population has absolutely exploded, to such a point that these boats go out at dusk every night in season and pull out their nets when these shrimp come up out of the depths to eat, and then the shrimps are netted and turned into fish food. And those are the 7 fun and exciting things to do in Vernon in the summertime. Don't forget to download our relocation package at vernonrelocation.com.